Hey, what's up? Chuck here. I'm gonna just talk about a little bit what I got done here already and take a look at some stuff. So, gun stock, sanded it all down, got it all the way down into the grooves, the inlets there, got everything cleaned up, and got her all nice down, all the way down to the hardwood. So, first thing for prep, the first thing I did was wiped it down with some nice clean water. Okay, so made sure the cloth was nice and clean, wiped her all down with water to open up the pores a little bit. Okay, next thing, I should be wearing gloves. I shouldn't be doing this by hand, but yeah. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to stain the stock. So what I use to stain my stocks are birchwood KC. Okay, it comes in a kit. You can get it. You're going to use more of one stuff than the other stuff. Okay, so this is the walnut stain. Okay, I like this color. um one to one basically parts. Get yourself a nice little foam brush there from wherever, Canadian Tire and stuff like that. But if you want the color in the actual wood to go darker, you go a little bit heavier on the stain, but you're going to do multiple coats. The more coats you do, the more it gets into the wood and the darker it's going to get. One of the other things is when you, here's the gun stock finish. Once you put this stuff on, the actual finish over top, the clear coat, basically, it's going to brighten it up a little bit. It's not going to make it as dark. So just be prepared for that. Use a part of the stock at the back first to check that, or find another piece. Like if you took a piece out of there or inlet a piece or something like that, use that to actually find out what color, how many coats you want to do. When I sanded this down, I did it all by hand. So use sanding blocks, foam ones. Went finer and finer, and you got to go real fine to actually get all the cuts out of it. So anything that is that where you were pushing really hard, you got to make sure you get that out. So one to one, I got myself my little bowl here. Don't tell the wife; she's gonna get all angry because I stole the bowl. But this is gonna be my new bowl for staining. Okay. Okay. One to one. Fill that up. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so it looks really dark, right? So we're gonna mix that up. Okay, I got a little pipe cleaner here. Use that pipe cleaner. I know I got a lot of pipe cleaners. The boys use it a lot for everything, and it comes in quite handy to when you're doing stuff like this. You want to actually do something that's really fine. Okay. All right, you get your brush. Make sure you don't get any dirt or anything on it. Give it a nice foam. Okay, just stand her up just so you guys can see. Okay, and then you're going to want to start as high up as possible, and you just come down on it. Okay, and it's going to soak in. Go nice and even all the way down, and it's going to make everything stand out. Then you just keep doing that. Make sure you clean all the runs up, because if you leave it, that stain's going to get darker in that spot. The stock turned out really nice. I like the color. Maybe I should have just did the varnish over top of that. Kept it at plain, but make it nice. You want to make sure you get everything, and then where you're going to be touching it is where you're not staining. As you can see here, as I came up, I got a little bit more stain in that one spot. I'm gonna have to go make sure I get that covered and evened out so it doesn't look bad. Then you just let it soak in. Now you could let it soak for a couple hours just to make sure that it gets in there proper. I like to go again soon after just to make sure that I get the right color that I wanted. And then you just keep going. And this stuff, it's just water based. So you just put it inside of a bag, Ziploc, or make sure you use Tupperware. You can close her up there and make sure it stays all nice and wet inside there. And then try to use it before it dries up. You don't want to keep it there too long, because if it dries up, then you won't be able to use it too long. Okay, there we go. First part's done. So as you see, it's starting to look more like a gun stock now with that color. I'm going to keep on going with this color and get it to a nice rich color, because if you look at that hardwood, it's got all the nice little lines in it. I'm going to make that stand out a little bit, because that's them lines. This actual stain will soak in around them lines and make it so that those lines stand out, and it's going to look really nice. I rethought about it. I'm not going to be putting in the compass in there. I found the other pellet gun that is the same as on that show, so I'm going to do that in that one to make sure it actually looks up nice. Okay, I'm going to let this soak now and let it dry, and I'm going to carry on. The barrel, we'll talk about the barrel real quick. I had to go down deeper, so I had to wet sand it down to get down into the pits there, and then I got some, I cleaned it up. I got no lathe, so I couldn't run this thing through a lathe. I wanted to put that through a lathe, but I can't, so I'm going to leave those real deep pits there. I'm just going to seal those up and make sure that the rust stays in there. I'm going to convert that stuff, make sure it stays hard, and then just go around the outside so I can get that nicely blackened up. And then, yeah, hopefully this thing's going to turn out really nice. Stay tuned.